everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus pilot, and welcome back to another live stream. Man, it's been a very long time since we've done one, so I'm really looking forward to do this one with you guys today. I do have a totally new internet connection, which should be quite a bit faster than what I had previously, and should enable me to do like proper live streams every now and then from now on. But that also means that I have to configure that new settings and get everything to run. So for this reason, if things aren't completely optimal on this live stream, do give me feedback in the comments underneath, and we'll be trying to improve that as time goes on. Alright, so hi Yannick, nice to see you in the stream, and Scott Metaleye, nice to have you two over here as well. So, what are we going to do today? Well, you guys had the choice for our aircraft earlier on today, and you guys have voted for the Phoenix A320 family, so I thought, well, let's go with the A320 straight away. We're sitting in Rome Fiumicino, and we're going to fly this one over to Frankfurt, and then we'll see where we are going to continue on to. If time permits, I would like to go to Amsterdam, but I have a feeling that we might arrive a little bit delayed over in Amsterdam, so for this reason we might be changing the second destination a little bit later on. Nothing's decided there yet, we'll see where ATC is online, and honestly, if there is nobody online proper, then I'll just be using Sane Tensions AI. So the idea is to use VATSIM if ATC is there, and if they leave, then we're just gonna throw on the AI ATC, and that way we'll somehow manage and we'll somehow get that stuff going. Alright then, so guys, let's go straight into this, and yeah, Sep928 in the comments down there, what's the last flight I did in real life? Well, that was New York to Frankfurt. Alright, so guys, I suppose we are going to start straight away, and I did prepare a flight plan over here, so how about we just start having a look into that one. So we'll be starting from down here with our Firefox. You guys keep asking me for that, so I thought it's just worth pointing that one out. Departing Rome towards the north, and then all the way into Frankfurt with the lengthy arrival in there. Kinda standard stuff. A little bit of icing expected on the significant weather chart for today's flight, but apart from that, easy going. Airport weather over in Frankfurt, we can see that they generally have gusts over there. Looking up in the OFP, we are arriving at about 1800 UTC, so looking into the forecast, we've got tempo weather until 1700 to 2015, gust 25, and then only tempo weather for over the night, showers of rain, stuff like that. So, well, that is the general weather situation. Our alternate in Hahn is pretty much exactly the same thing. Well, Hahn. In German I tend to call him Hähnchen. It's just a cute little airport. Alright, so that much about the flight plan itself. Then having a look into our schedule, we're meant to depart at 1600 UTC, and then we're going to make our way towards Frankfurt, going to arrive about 2 hours later, so easy going. We are far away from both the maximum takeoff as well as the maximum landing weight, planned on flight level 380. We'll be talking a little bit about that flight level later on during the flight, so that is going to be something interesting up for discussion over there. And with all of that in mind, looking down here at the fuel section, 5.9 is the minimum takeoff fuel plus taxi. So basically that's 6,000 kilos of fuel. And I do want to add 100 for APU burn, so that we can keep it nice and comfy in the passenger cabin. Well, and with that, we've basically decided on what we want to take. So let's get into the cockpit here and start our work. We are basically simulating a normal day in the life of a Lufthansa crew here, and they would have had a layover in Rome, and now you're getting back into the airplane, and then you're typically doing either 3 or 5 sector day over in Lufthansa. So we'll be doing the 3 sector day today. So yeah, follow me inside. Just beautiful cabin, isn't it? I just really like the Phoenix cabin. Alright, so our colleague's here already, and then we can take a seat on the captain's seat down here as well. Let's quickly do the preliminary cockpit preparations. So that's going to be engine master levers off, mode selector norm, the weather radar is off, landing gear lever is down, wipers are off, battery voltage more than 25.5, external power is already on. I am going to do a quick realignment down here on the ADRs, because the previous crew has just brought the airplane to us. Well, and then let's get ourselves a very quick overview of the airplane. Just make sure that the previous crew didn't do anything stupid or anything that might turn out dangerous to any of the other people involved in our operation. But doesn't look like it today, so then let's go ahead and import our flight plan from SimBrief. Go down here into the mass and balance. We said we wanted 6,100 kilograms. Apply and load, and we can do GSX for both boarding and refueling today. Should make our life rather easy. Okay, so those out of the way, we've already downloaded the flight plan. Let's have a quick look into the EFB. We are looking at Fiumicino runway 25. Let's just make 101% sure that that's the runway to be expected. So we are looking for the departure ADAS from VATSIM. By the way, I really like how Phoenix have changed this. This just looks so cool now. So, departure ADAS Charlie at 1450, Zulu, runway news 25, transition level 70, wind 230 at 10, so almost down the runway, slightly variable here. Visibility 10, cloud scattered 2500, 26 degrees, and QNH is 1015. Okay, so with that our departure runway is confirmed. Then let's quickly calculate our takeoff data. We'll synchronize preliminary load sheet and the weather, view intersection data, and we are going to use Bravo Charlie over here. And here we go, flaps 1 takeoff, 68 degrees. And since we're now talking about the flap setting for takeoff, and someone's asked a little bit earlier, that was EGDF Traffics who asked, when do I use flaps 2 for the takeoff? So there's basically two general ideas here. One of them is that on the A320 and 21, some airlines tend to favor flaps 2 for tail strike avoidance, and otherwise you just use it when you have shorter runways available and the climb gradient isn't that much of a problem. So say for example here in Fiumicino runway 25, we are basically taking off out to the open ocean. So there's our runway, we are departing that way, and over there is the Mediterranean. So we're departing from a runway. Let's say if we go for a very tight intersection, then we might use a higher flap setting in order to use less runway to get airborne, and then we don't climb that well because of the increased drag, but over the water it wouldn't be a problem. So that's one way how to do this. But mostly it comes down to airline SOP. Some say that you are always supposed to use flaps 2 as standard takeoff setting, others approve flap 1 as well. So really comes down to that. Lots of things involved in the training as well. Okay, so that much about our takeoff calculations. Then let's go over into our pre-flight. So we've already done the ADRs. Let's ensure that the emergency exit lights are armed so that we can start boarding momentarily. Fueling is still to happen. Looks like they've just started. Will take about 3 or 5 minutes or something, so that shouldn't be a problem. And then we can go down to then we can go a little bit further down. So calculations are done. Then let's do the ACARS real quick. So I will be using my WinWing MCDU for that. Really recommendable little toy, and doesn't cost a lot of money either. So really recommendable. So let's go into the ATSU, and then from there we're gonna go AOC menu, flight init, and initialize data request. Let's download that stuff. And White has asked if I'm still an air traffic controller in VATSIM Germany or not anymore. Actually not anymore, because they require you to control ever so often. I just didn't have that time. Okay, so that stuff is initialized. Then let's have a look at the load sheets, and man, that's far too many of them here. So we're gonna disregard that, and the third one, that's the one we're gonna take. You know, in the real world I'm happy if I'm getting a single load treat, in the sim I'm getting 3 at the same time. So let's have a look. It's load treat edition number 3, Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima on the 11th of September. From Fiumicino to Frankfurt on the Delta Alpha India Uniform Mike. That is our aircraft indeed. 2 pilot, 4 cabin crew, and 0 fuel weight 57,130, maximum 61, and that L over here indicates that our maximum capacity is limited by this figure. So the maximum extra we can take is limited based on the 0 fuel weight. Now let's go further down over here. We can see we can take up to 3,870 kilos additional payload on this flight. 157 passengers, all of them in economy class, which is kind of interesting. I mean, Lufthansa has a business, and definitely not a small one. But okay, so from here, potable water is full, and fuel ordered 6.1. That looks good. We can accept this, and here we go. Lovely. Okay, so that's the initial stuff over here. Then let's go to data, aircraft status, check and clear all those crash pad messages, A320 200 CFM engine, nav database up to date, and finally init page and init request. Lovely. Okay, so that's done now. So then we check that we've got sufficient oxygen on board. We do have the hydraulic quantities, and we do have the engine oil. Flaps are retracted, which agrees with the levers. Boilers are retracted as well. And then we can release that parking brake and just tap the brake pedals. And we want to see the ultimate brake system work, which it does. Lovely. And then the parking brake is going to be set again. Quick check though to see the brake temperatures, which are all the way down, so easy going. Alright, cool. And that's that. Lovely. So that's our preliminary pre-flight completed. Then I suppose we could go out for the walk around, and that's exactly what we are going to do now. So, a little bit laggy here while moving, and we gotta take the jump. Because, yeah, no further comment, huh? Oh no. Are we blocked? Can we get out of here? What's my camera doing? Strange thing. Okay. Yeah, that Cathay A350 is definitely too large for the parking position where it is. But, okay, no further comment. You guys wanted to fly in VATSIM, so then you have to live with flying on VATSIM. In the meantime then, let's start a walk around. So up here the AOA vanes are all clear, static ports are clear. Very quick look down here at the nose wheel, checking the tires, which are good. Don't ask me why the GSX pin is floating inside the wheels. You would think they would have had time to optimize that program, but okay. So the oxygen discharge disc is in here, and it's green. Pitot tubes are all good, TAT probe is good. Looks like we don't have an automatic ice detector fitted, otherwise the probes would be down here. Well, that's good to know. Static port is clear. Quick look from the front. And the same stuff on this side. So, looks like they're done with the refueling already, but nonetheless, let's quickly open this up. And yeah, 6.1 requested and 6.1 on board. Okay, so let's get to the engine. I would never ever reach into there in the real world if the thing is windmilling, but okay. Phoenix simulated it. I just wanted to try it for once. Okay, so everything's clear. Everything's clear. Down there, bottom side of the engine is looking good as well. Leading edges as well. Green nav light on this side is working. And in here we don't have any sign of damages. Looking good. No sign of leakages. Trailing edges are looking all good, and so is the entire engine. Alright, landing gear is in a good condition, and we're gonna check the same on the other end side. Especially take a close look at the brake wear indicator pins over there, which must not be flush with the metal, otherwise the brake is too warm to be used. Alright, let's try not to get run over. Oh, that's an interesting cargo door there. Is that a relic from an older Lufthansa aircraft? I'd probably guess so, huh? Okay, and the tailplane is looking good. Nav light is working. No leakages or anything from the APU compartment here in the back. And the stabilizer is looking good. Alright then, so that was basically what we had to do. So same thing on the other end side. And slowy, yeah, I do have a couple of VATSIM hours. I gained like several thousands of them while I was doing my ATPL, because whenever I studied for my ATPL, I've probably had the sim running like the entire time when I've been on self-study, as well as when I've done a lot of the practical training. Whenever I was reading the books, I kind of had the sim running, flying a VATSIM at the same time, so I'm sure within that year alone I must have done a couple thousand hours. Not that I was actively flying all the time, it was mostly long haul in the PMDG 747 back in the day. Alright, cool, and with that the walk around is finished, so let's get back up and let's actually get back to work down here. So we start with the pre-flight procedure. So the oxygen crew supplies on, flight recorder ground control on, CVR test is good, evacuation switch on captain, and no white lights all the way to the back. The front is set as well, seatbelt signs coming on since refueling is complete, and the fuel pumps are also coming on. Now let's do the fire tests. Engine number 1 looking good, APU likewise looking good, and engine number 2 is also looking good. Perfect. On the right hand side everything is set, and all the way up on the upper overhead as well. So then moving down a little bit, let's see what we've got down here for the weather. The QNH is 1015. By the way, in the real world, that little wheel over here for the QNH selector on the Asus, that thing is so incredibly sensitive. Gotta be really careful with it. If you turn that one fast, you've set like 100 hectopascals. Okay, so that stuff's done, transponder is set, and then we can go straight into the FMS setup. So let's get going down here. We are going from Fiumicino to Frankfurt alternate in Hahn. Let's quickly get our flight plan over here as well. And here we go. So our call sign is going to be D Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima. Cost index is 20, flight level 380. Then departing runway 25, and now is where things are gonna get interesting. We're departing via the SOSIF 6 Romeo according to the plan, and then the Soban 7 Alpha transition insert. Arrival in Frankfurt should be a little bit easier. That's gonna be runway 25 left. The star is the MPAX 5 Bravo. That looks about right with the Delta Fox 626 transition and insert. That is easy. Now the engine out on this one is fairly easy as well. So Fiumicino X4, and that's going to be based on Fiumicino runway 25. Then let's go on to the other end side. Flight plan runway heading 247. So 247, and then we need a 25-mile distance. Store that one, and now flight plan FCO X4. Here we go. Alright, and enter holding, and that's going to be on 247. Inbound right hand turns, that's all good. Now, immediate return is going to be back towards Rome. Arrival, and now let's have a very quick look into the arrival ATIS to see what is currently active. So, arrival ATIS from VATSIM, Romeo News 16 left and right. And, well, then I'm going to plan 16 left. If they already say right shall be assigned by Rome radar, then let's plan 16 left. So ILS Whiskey 16 left. No star, no via, and here we go. Alright, cool. Now let's go in it and next page, and let's see if the load sheet has already arrived. Well, we do know that a couple logies have arrived, but let's see about the final one. So, received messages. Yeah, there is one more, and that's the final indeed. In compliance with edition number 3, zero fuel 57.1. And the CG is 31. Okay, block fuel 6.1. Now, let's see about the winds, minus 23, so that's a headwind of 23 knots. Now down to the fuel section. Minimum contingency, yeah, we can keep the 0.2, alternate 0.8, and final one is fine. And then let's go up to the performance. Aircraft loaded, thank you. So let's just synchronize the final, but it's the very same data. So flaps 1, down from 0.2, 68 degrees. Like this. And the speed's 39, 39, 40. What am I doing wrong here? This is better. Alright, we don't need anything on here, and we have 1/6 left onto the progress page. Perfect. So everything's done down here. Then I suggest, before we do the briefing or anything the likes, let's just call our traffic control and grab our IFR clearance, and then we know exactly what we are going to do. That might just about be the easiest thing for us to do here. Okay, so Fiumicino Tower is on 118.7. So, very quick check, since I haven't flown a VATSIM for a little while, but yeah, got the correct input and the correct output devices. Fiume Tower, ciao, Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, information Delta, request IFR clearance to Frankfurt.
Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, Tower, ciao, cleared to Frankfurt via SOSI 5 Alpha departure. Sovan 7 Alpha transition, runway 25, initially 4000, set squawk 1000.
Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, clear to Frankfurt via SOSIV 5 Alpha, Sovan 7 Alpha, runway 25, climb 4000, squawk 1000.
Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, read back correct.
Okay, lovely. So that's our clearance confirmed. Then let's have a look. And Dark Lord asking, this is VATSIM. You guys asked to use VATSIM for the live stream, so I am doing it, but when ATC leaves over here, then I'll turn on sane tensions. Okay, so let's see. 4000 is the initial. Let's go ahead and set that, and the squawk 1000, and then we'll just have to change the SID. So that's looking good. Now, we got the alpha departures each. That makes it easy. So, departure 25. So, SOSIV 5 alpha and Sovan 7 alpha. And insert. Easy going. Alright, cool. So with that done, let's go ahead and cross-check our SID on the chart. And when we've done that, we're pretty much ready to go. So, let's take the start charts. Runway 25, initial climb. As that's basically the only one that's interesting for us. So, SOSIV 5 Alpha, straight ahead to 410. And then we're gonna fly via Romeo Fox 9er 792, maximum 200 knots, right hand turn 706. And that's gonna be above 3000, again maximum 200. 707 above 6000, then we've got 708 above level 110 SOSIV, and from there it's more or less directly to Sovan, easy going. Then we can clear the discontinuity down here, insert, and that's it. Beautiful, and that's our performance completed. So with that done, let's go ahead and start talking about the departure briefing. So, we'll start that one on the right hand seat. So, today we'll be departing Roma, Fiumicino Airport, SOSIF 5 Alpha, Sovan 7 Alpha, initial 4000, MSA, out to the open ocean, 3000 keeps us safe. If we come back to landfall, we gotta go a little bit higher. Now, extra fuel and time down here, let's have a look. We've got 400 kilos, which equals 12 minutes. Hotspots for taxiing. Well, there are a couple of incorrect taxiway signs at the airport here, so a little bit of attention there. Very careful cross-check with the charts to make sure we don't turn into the wrong directions. Now, the initial climb takes us straight ahead. Stop margin in case of rejected takeoff is 395 meters. Initial climb, as mentioned, straight ahead. 25 miles, pick up the hold on 3000, and then we'll come back to runway 16 left, which is prepared on the secondary flight plan, below the maximum landing weight, so that's not going to be much of an issue. Well, specials on non-standards. Well, a little bit non-standard is our speed restriction. Clean speed is 211, and we do have a 200 knot restriction for quite a while until waypoint 706, so we gotta take that one carefully, make sure that we don't retract the flaps until we can actually do so. And that's it. Do you have any questions or suggestions? No? Beautiful. So that's our briefing complete. Then let's do the cockpit preparation checklist, please. Gear pumps and covers removed. Fuel quantity 6,100 kilograms. Seatbelts on, ADRs, nav, and barrel rev QNH 1015. Cockpit preparation checklist complete. And then let's get the view. In the meantime, I'll say hello to our guests. Liebe Fluggäste, einen wunderschönen guten Abend aus dem Cockpit. Hier spricht Ihr Kapitän. Mein Name ist Emanuel, im Namen der Lufthansa darf ich Sie herzlich an Bord unseres Airbus A320 auf unserem gemeinsamen Flug nach Frankfurt willkommen heißen. Die Flugzeit heute ca. 1 Stunde 35 Minuten. Wir erwarten einen ruhigen Flug in einer Höhe von knappen 38.000 Fuß oder knapp 12.000 Meter.
All traffic tower is closing. Monitor Honeycomb 12.8. See ya.
Well, guys, and this is exactly why I don't like to record videos on VATSIM. You're almost ready for pushback?
Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima tower is closing. Honeycomb 28.
Grazie. And then they just
Airwings
closed,
3
and now we're
Whiskey
stuck
Papa tower is
without
closing.
any
Honeycomb
ATC.
28.
See? That's the problem. That's why I don't like to record videos on VATSIM. Because you just can't rely on it. And, well, that's why I like AI ATC so much. Because you just have controllers everywhere. Everywhere. Alright, so, yeah, tell you what. Then I'm going to start saying tensions now, because now we don't have ATC any longer. Lovely. Okay. Suppose we can't change that anymore, huh? So, we do have IFR clearance already. I'm just going to stick with that. And then we'll just start straight on the ground frequency for the pushback. Well, and that's it. So, then we basically said hello to our guests. I don't care about the English PA now. So let's go ahead and call them for pushback clearance. That's going to be a 1-to-1.9 odd. So external power can go. Door is closed. And then we've got 1-to-1.9 down here. Alright, good. So let's just quickly make sure that we don't have a double push to torque here. Just reassign the VATSIM push to torque. Okay, cool. And then I suppose we might as well just disconnect from VATSIM until we can see ATC online again. Doing that in the background right now. This is annoying. So, disconnected from VATSIM. And now the stupid V-pilot doesn't want to accept my push to torque again. Man, this is annoying. Alright, so I tell you what, we're just gonna use AI now, so I don't care. Ground from flight deck? Yeah, go. Please confirm doors and hatches closed, ground equipment removed and bypass pins installed. That's all confirmed. Okay, thanks, we're calling for pushback. Fiume ground, Buena, Sierra, Lufthansa, 1 Romeo Lima, request pushback and startup. And Flight Sim Pilot 1 is asking in the comments, do you go by a checklist or do you remember everything?
Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, pushback and startup approved. Face northeast.
Pushback and startup approved, northeast, Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima. No, you do remember everything.
Request pushback.
That's how this stuff works.
131, cleared for push and start.
Okay, so before start checklist, park and brake is set. Takeoff speed and thrust, V1 139, VR 139, V2 140, flex 68. And then windows are closed and the bacon is on and tasty. Before start checklist complete. Alright, cool, so we're basically ready to go up here. Down here everything is set, so ground from flight deck. Go. So pushback approved, face northwest, park and brake set. And of course, GSX isn't ready. GSX. One of the positive sides of using Saint Tensions now is that at least we do have loads of traffic over here. That's something, isn't it? So, continue pushback, and we are facing north, position 42. Alright, cool. And the park and brake is released. Off block at 03, that's 3 minutes delay. That is definitely acceptable.
Runway
131, runway 25, taxi via Echo Charlie, Echo Golf, Delta, Delta Mike, Bravo, Bravo.
Oh boy, you guys are asking the difficult questions already. Comparing the sim to reality, do I prefer Boeing or Airbus? Well, Airbus, both ways. Very easy answer, but definitely controversial one. Okay, so we cleared the road, and let's go ahead and start engine number 1.
Expected flight time is about 1 hour and 35 minutes. Now let me give you a quick safety briefing. First things first, fasten your seatbelt, insert the metal fitting into the buckle until it clicks. To release it, just lift the buckle. Make sure your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. In the unlikely event of a loss of
By the way,
pressure,
is it me, or did the sounds really deteriorate with the recent Phoenix updates? I think that before the BFU it actually sounded better. So not 100% sure what's going on there, but I've noticed that with quite a couple of developers, when they tried to adapt to some new sound system of the sim or something, then it basically became worse rather than better.
Thank you for your attention, and we hope you enjoy the flight.
Okay, so good start number 1, starting 2. And Jose is saying in the comments, a lot of people that have GSX are complaining about it, that's why he's not interested in buying it for now. Yeah, absolutely understandable. It's really just the lack of an alternative that is so annoying. I really wish somebody made one, but it just costs so incredibly much money to program an add-on like that. Okay, so 2 good engine starts, and
Ryanair 9 Victor Romeo, ready for pushback.
pushback complete already?
Ryanair 9
Looks
Victor
like it.
Romeo, cleared for push and
So
start.
park and brake set.
Pushback approved, Ryanair 9 Victor Romeo.
So trim was slightly down, 0.2. That is all looking good. Alright, lovely. So then we're just waiting for the ground crew to disconnect here. which might take a little moment. So we'll be going to runway 25 over here. We will be able for Bravo Charlie or Bravo Delta, both of them actually. Okay, so here is a tug. Did it just literally drive through us? Yeah. Okay. No comment on that. Cool. So then, let's go for the checklist.
Ryanair 9 Victor Romeo, runway 25 taxi via Whiskey, Victor, Zulu, Mike, Tango, Bravo, Bravo, Bravo.
That's 30%, and
runway 25 taxi via Whiskey, Victor,
this
Zulu,
was
Mike,
received
Tango,
up there
Bravo,
as well.
Bravo, Bravo, Ryanair 9 Victor Romeo.
Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. And the rudder. Full left. Full right. And neutral. Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, request taxi.
Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, runway 25 taxi via November Zulu Golf, November Golf, November Bravo, Bravo, Bravo.
Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, taxi runway 25 via November Zulu Golf, November Golf, November Bravo, Bravo. That does sound weird, to be honest. But then again, they have rather weird taxiway designators here as well. So November Golf. Where are the Zulu? Actually, November Zulu. Okay, that's here. Then the one is via Golf. November Golf. November. Bravo, Bravo. Okay, makes sense. So straight ahead, second to the right, first left, and then via Bravo to the holding point. Okay, that actually makes sense. So, clear on the right side. Clear on the left side.
Ryanair 8 Hotel Charlie, request push and start clearance.
Parking brake released. Let's go.
Ryanair 8 Hotel Charlie, cleared for push and start.
Pushback and start approved. Ryanair 8 Hotel Charlie.
And Apukal asking in the comments, is that MK Studios Rome? Yes, it is. And Dogua, yeah, I do want to fly the Mad Dog again. It's just a matter of finding time, but I definitely will. Alright, so right hand turn on the Golf.
Request push and start clearance.
Croatia 381, cleared for push and start.
Pushback and start approved. Croatia 381.
And Eric, yeah, I did have at least a visual look at Rex Atmos Core. I'm honestly still not decided about add-ons like that, because they make things look good under very certain conditions, but all other conditions are not so good then. So, yeah, still not sure about that. It sure enough makes for very good screenshots, but you know, that is all. Alright, left side's clear.
Ryanair 8 Hotel Charlie, ready to taxi.
Ryanair 8 Hotel Charlie, runway 25 taxi via Echo Bravo, November Golf, November Bravo, Bravo, Bravo.
Runway 25 taxi via Echo Bravo, November Golf, November Bravo, 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 Ryanair 8 Hotel Charlie.
The way they say these taxiway names is a little bit weird, isn't it?
China
very hard to
Eastern
actually
787 taxi to parking. Cross runway 16 right, then Alpha Echo, Bravo, Alpha, Mike.
And Marius asking how I
Cross runway 16 right,
turn without having to add any
Bravo,
thrust.
Alpha, Mike,
It's
China Eastern
quite easy actually.
787.
Just don't use full control inputs. In the real world, you would be super uncomfortable for anyone in your airplane if you were to use full control inputs. Alright, Ryanair is waiting for us, as it should be.
Alpine 908 Golf Delta.
Croatia 381, ready to taxi.
Croatia 381, runway 25 taxi via Yankee Zulu
Okay,
Mike
so-
Tango Bravo Bravo Bravo.
We're clear on the left side, we're clear on the right
Runway
side, then we
25
go
taxi
straight
via
ahead,
Yankee
second
Zulu
taxiway
Mike
to the
Tango
right, and
Bravo
that's going
Bravo
to be
Bravo,
Bravo.
Croatia 381.
Ryanair 9er Victor Romeo, give way to the China Eastern
So the
A350.
cabin is ready for departure.
We'll give way to the China
They
Eastern
still have
A350,
someone
Ryanair
taking
9er
off over
Victor
there,
Romeo.
so... Tell you what, I am not going to bother with the intersection now. Let's just go to full length here. And that's a very good question in
Condor
the chat
7
down
Yankee
there.
uniform, ready to push.
Snap, I'm not sure I can
Condor
pronounce
7
that
Yankee
username
uniform,
correctly, but
pushback approved.
hi, even though we're in summer season, is it
Pushback approved.
common
Condor
to
7
fly
Yankee
every
uniform.
time at maximum zero fuel weight? No, absolutely not. SimBrief gives you far
Alpine
too
9er
much
8 Golf
cargo.
Delta, runway 25 taxi via Sierra Hotel Delta Papa Bravo Bravo Bravo.
Runway 25 taxi.
Okay, so
via
let's do
Sierra
the taxi
Hotel
checklist, please.
Delta Papa Bravo Bravo Bravo.
Flight controls,
Alpine 9er
checked,
8
flap
Golf
setting,
Delta.
config 1+F, radar and predictive wind shear on and auto, and remote selector norm, ICA memo, takeoff no blue, taxi checklist complete. Charlie M, hi, nice to see you. Okay, so we're cleared into Bravo Bravo, that's going to be the next taxiway on the left hand side. And Charlie, indeed, half a year already. Man, you're a member for quite a while. You've already earned the Senior First Officer badge. And Damian, is that VATSIM? No, it's not. I wanted to fly in
Lufthansa
VATSIM,
1
but...
Romeo Lima, contact tower on 127.625. Have a good evening.
127625, Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, ciao. I wanted to fly in VATSIM, but they went offline just before we requested the pushback clearance. So, why were there 2 signs for Bravo Alpha now? Sometimes I just hate this. Fiume ciao, Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, ready for departure.
Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, Fiume Tower, runway 25, winds 230 at 8, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 25, clear for takeoff, Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima. Cabin crew, prepare for departure. Okay, line up checklist. Takeoff runway.
Approaching,
That's
25
center full length. TCAS, Tara, PEX 1 and 2, off, line up checklist complete. Alright, are you guys ready for departure?
On
And I
runway
suppose we are as well.
25.
So, timing. Come on. Matflex 68 SRS from my auto thrust blue. Thrust set. This is easier in the real world. Much easier. 100 knots. Checked. V1 rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Nav. Checked. And passing 1,000. Thrust climb, climb, auto thrust. Pack 1 is on.
Ryanair 8 Hotel Charlie holding short of 25, ready for departure. Ryanair 8 Hotel Charlie, winds 230 at 8, runway 25, cleared for takeoff. 25, cleared for takeoff, Ryanair 8 Hotel Charlie.
And Pack 2 on. So we do have the 200 knot restriction. That means we gotta keep flaps 1 for the time being. So, where is our handover to departure? Hold vertical speed, 1000. Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, passing 3100. That should be a trigger to ATC. Let's see how the AI is going to react.
Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, roger, passing 3100.
Yeah, that was not what we've been expecting. So, where's the departure frequency? Here it is, 130.9. Roma radar, Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, passing 3600, climbing 4000.
Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, Romeo approach, climb 4000.
Maintaining 4000, Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima. All star. So we've got to be a little bit careful now. Once we level off and pass Romeo Fox 706, target speed is going to increase. And now we've got a positive trend vector, so flap 0.
Departure Ryanair 8 Hotel Charlie, 2000 to 4000.
Ryanair 8 Hotel Charlie, radar contacts, climb and maintain 8000.
Up to 8000, Ryanair 8 Hotel Charlie.
Alright, and then we can do the acceleration flow pattern, which is flaps up, ball is retracted, landing up, and packs
Altimeter
on.
setting.
Yeah, that is rather intentional, my friend. Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, request further climb.
Altimeter setting.
Yeah, shut up.
Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, climb 5000.
5000, Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima. So, vertical speed, alt 5000 blue. And dense 1 kg. Why would I keep flaps 1 when I'm above the S speed? That's quite simple, because the number that counts is not that I'm above the S speed, but the target speed is below green dot. So if I was to retract the flaps in that, let's say in that position, then, well, I would be below the speed that I'm supposed to be at. Okay, come on, ATC. Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, request further climb. Do something, you piece of thing.
Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima, climb 6000.
Number 6000, Lufthansa 1 Romeo Lima. What's going on with Phoenix now? Come on. Now it starts reacting. That vertical speed didn't react for quite a while. Okay, so 1000 to go. And Fortune Star in the comments. Well, first of all, thank you very much. Can I do more 787 flights? No, not really, because, quite simple, there is no study level 787. And the Horizon is nice to fly every now and then, but that's about it. So why is the sim stuck now? Okay, I'm closing sane tensions. Come on, sim, recover. What the hell? Why is this frozen? Come on. Don't tell me the first live stream ends in a crash to desktop. You can do it, man. You guys know that this is not very motivating. Really not very motivating at all. First ATC leaves, then even our AI ATC leaves us. By the way, I'm logging back into VapSim. Let's just see if we can. At least if this thing eventually recovers. And Yannick, you've had yours stuck for like minutes before recovering. Yeah, I do remember when we tried the CSS7, that same thing happened just after takeoff. And over there it took 2 minutes or something. So let's see if the thing is eventually going to recover or not. I kinda have hope because it seems to be a little bit of, you know, a common thing with this simulator. Come on. But this is ridiculous, isn't it? I just literally want to show you guys how to do a proper and professional flight, and I don't know what it is, but something in the bloody world of flight simulation always wants to put something in your way. Come on. This is not fair. Come on. Come on, flight sim. Guys, this isn't, it's the freaking life player that. If you can still hear me, put it down into the comments, but able to hear me talk. It's just the flight sim that has frozen.
Runway awareness.
Oh, hello.
Okay. Meters.
Here we are. Okay, so frame rate is at like 1. What the hell did Asobo do? Look at the wind, that looks interesting. Okay, so here we are again. We are flying. I don't want to know what on earth this was. I really don't. You know that this is so incredibly motivational that I'm kinda inclined just to hit Alt F4